Let's start this video with an insane Lotus Door jet boost. I think this trick perfectly sets the tone of this video, because welcome to another episode of the Valorant Tips and Tricks Sent by You series. A series where I show tons of Valorant tips and tricks that you guys send to me. Like always, each episode I give away a battle pass to a random submission, so if you know any cool tricks, definitely share them in the Lowlander Discord server and you might be next week's winner. I want to thank everybody for the support lately. We're getting closer and closer to reach more subscribers than our rival Little Love. With your help, we might get there one day. And now let's start the video. Let's begin with an important deadlock mechanic. If you get detained by the C ability of deadlock and try to shoot while moving, rifles like a Vandal won't be accurate. Makes sense, right? But did you know that pistols like a Sheriff will be accurate? At first glance this might seem like a useless feature, but it's actually more useful than you think. And here's why. Imagine you get detained and the enemy is on a pretty long range. What you now can do is switch to your pistol, try to crouch behind the wall before you free yourself, and if the enemy were to peek you, you now have an accurate shot with your Sheriff. If you play Sunset and the enemy has a Cypher, they will often place a tripwire over here. We all know this tripwire by now. It's so annoying to counter if you don't have a molly. But no worries, here's an alternative way to deal with it. When you play Sage, just place your wall diagonal, walk through the tripwire purposely and destroy it. After that you can take the site from that spot and here's how it will look like.
One enemy remaining.
This week, Skip submitted this clip over here. In this clip, it looked like Clove got detained by the Killjoy ultimate because it went off before Clove went into ghost mode. Let's slow the clip down and pay attention. You see it? In this clip, Clove got killed twice. And this got me wondering, is this a glitch or is this something you can recreate? I wanted to know it, so I hopped into a custom game and did some testing. And while I do some testing, I quickly want to talk about something what I personally think every Valorant player should have. And that's more insights in their accounts. I mean, aren't you curious about how many aces you got or your accuracy per game? Well, my friends, don't worry, because with the sponsor of this video, Valorant Tracker, you can find all the statistics that you want to know about your account. For example, your weapon stats, your agent stats, your map stats, or fun things. Apparently, I got 24 aces on this account, and in the best game I played, I got 34 kills. Let me know how many kills you got in your best game in the comments down below. And this, my friends, is just one part of the app. Another feature that I personally really like is the live match data. When you hop into a game, you can see all the ranks and the stats of your teammates, but also your enemies. And with this info, you can prepare the match so you know for what players you have to be careful of. Valorant Tracker comes with way more, like an in-game overlay, detailed match history, guides. So what I would say, just try it out yourself with the link in the description. The best part, it's completely free, so there's no reason not to try it out, my friends. And now let's find out if Killjoy can detain the Clove ultimate. So when Clove dies and you press on your ultimate, you get into a ghost form, and when the Killjoy ultimate goes off, you won't get detained. I think we all knew that, right? But here's the thing, if you press on your ultimate with Clove, there's less than 1 second before the bar starts ticking. And my guess is that if the Killjoy ultimate activates in that split second, then you will get detained. However, I don't have proof for this, because I tried to time it and it's like very hard to time that millisecond, so I couldn't get it right on time, but this is what I think happened in the clip of Skip. Let's talk about the Valorant mechanic that I do know works. On B-side Abyss, it's recommended to plant all the way on the edge, so the enemies have less space to defuse the spike. You get the point why it's useful, right? If the enemies are defusing, you don't have to peek that deep. However, this plant spot over here, it looks good, but you can improve it. Here's the thing, if you stand all the way against the ledge, aim at the ledge and plant the spike will land in front of the ledge. Makes sense, right? But the thing you can do is do one step away from the ledge, and when you now plant the spike aiming at the ledge, it will land on the ledge. By doing this, the enemies will have less space and you have to peek less deep from long. I know it's a small difference, but it's not a lot of work, so try to teach yourself planting the right way. Now imagine, you're playing against the Yoru and he's using his ultimate. What a lot of Yoru players will do is try to get very close to you, then flash on the ground and kill you with a shorty. This is very annoying, so here's a way to counter it. When you play Neon and you think Yoru is close, press your E ability, bunny hop in circles, and as soon as you hear the flash coming, use your stun underneath you and dash out of your own stun. It might be a bit tricky to pull it off, but if you do, you will definitely tilt the enemy Yoru. Sadly, I don't have a competitive clip, but Fulmer used this tactic in a team deathmatch and for him it worked out.
Legit the same thing that happened with EDG.
Quick one for all the ISO mains out there, if you ever fall off the map on Abyss, you can quickly use your ultimate to stay alive, and when you get out of your ulti, you don't keep falling, you spawn right back on the map. Very situational, but it could be useful one day. Now take a look at this clip.
Push me.
Sometimes all you need is a small boost of your teammates and easy peasy kills for you. And while we're talking about boosting on Sunset, take a look at this box. This box is extremely high. There's no way that someone can boost you on it, right? Well, my friends, I have no idea how, but apparently you can boost your teammates on it. This mechanic is especially useful for an agent like Cypher, because if a Cypher gets on this box, he can place his camera on the generator over there. And that's an overpowered spot to watch a main. Easy peasy info for the Cypher players. Let's stay on Sunset and go to this box now. Just like the other box on Sunset, you are able to boost your teammates on this box. And the reason why this is useful is that if you boost the Sage on this box, Sage can use her wall like this and then get the enemies from a crazy off angle. Just look at this clip.
Sage is one shot.
Good attempt. One enemy remaining.
This is not the only time it's Genius used this one, by the way. Here's another clippy.
One enemy remaining.
Also, it's Genius, you won this video's battle pass. It's your second time already, so congrats my friend. I'll send you a message on Discord. Let's move on. In last episode I showed that you don't have to jump to get onto the ledge. Just crouch on the last second and you get on it without making any sound. It's a pretty nice trick, however there is a chance that you will fall into the abyss. And that's not very good of course. But no worries, if you don't have the skill to crouch on the last second but you also don't want to jump, you can always play an agent with a speed boost and then you don't have to crouch either. With the E ability of Neon for example, you can't fall with this one. Or with the Yoru ultimate, not sure if this one is useful though. And the last agent that can run over it is Brimstone with the stim beacon. You have to keep one thing in mind though, this is only possible with a knife in his hand. If you try to run over the ledge with a gun in your hand, then you will fall into the abyss, and that's not very good. And let's stay on the same spot for a very sneaky glitch jump. If you got an agent with a speed boost like Neon, you can jump from this ledge to the pillar on the right. It's a very hard jump and you definitely need some practice, but when you do it a few times you can get it consistently, and this is just a very nasty spot. You can also jump with Brimstone of course, and if you play Jet you can even go to the second pillar. Keep in mind of course this is a glitch, so I wouldn't recommend to use it in competitive games because you might get banned, and Rito Games will probably fix it very soon, right? 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 Let's take a small break from the tricks now to show you some trick shots and just funny kills. First we have a Killjoy Sentry double kill.
The eyes are down.
Well played Sentry, why doesn't mine do that? Next up we have a jumping Kikli headshot without even having vision on the enemy.
Enemy spotted mid.
What the? X-Ray Fisher also showed us an attack helicopter.
Battle out.
Then a double kill through smokes.
One enemy remaining.
And one of the luckiest one taps.
Enemy spotted mid. One enemy remaining.
Back to the tricks. When you're entering A on Abyss, often there will be an enemy standing behind the boxes on A. And when you play Race, you can do a simple alarm bot against this wall to get those enemies. This bot is not bad, but it's also not cool. Here's a cooler way to catch the enemies. Instead of using the wall, place your boom bot on the boxes and quickly use a satchel. When you do this and an enemy is standing behind the boxes, your boom bot will fly to the enemies, and after that you can peek through the left and easy kills for you. That's how you kill the enemies in style. Another way to get the enemies in style is to plant the spike in this corner, then make your way to the defender spawn, camp over here, and when you hear the enemies defusing the spike, place your wall like this and peek around the building. There's no way that an enemy will expect you over here. A perfect trick in those 1v1 situations. And let's do another Sage tricky, this time on Ascent. Here's a very unique way to retake B. Well played, it's Genius.
One enemy remaining.
And while we're on B side with Sage, I need to tell you guys something about this wall over here. I think most OG players already know this wall. When you jump on these boxes, you can boost yourself on top of the other boxes, and from here you have a nasty angle towards the defender spawn. But here's something that a lot of you guys probably don't know about this wall. If you look towards B main, the window is a little too high to spot enemies walking in B main. That's very annoying, right? But no worries, here's a small tactic that you can use to spot the enemies in B main. And it's so simple, you just gotta stand all the way at the corner of the box and then do your wall jump. When you do that, your wall will extend towards B main, and now you can look through the window. It's very OP and I don't see a lot of people using this wall, so practice it in a custom game and good luck my friends. I don't think I need to explain this next clip, just look at it and learn from it. That's teamwork, my friends. Also, did you notice that? In this round, Omen did not use his flash. Usually, if you do this without the breach ultimate, I would highly recommend to use your flash from the smoke, but I can kinda understand why this time he didn't flash because of the breach ultimate. Now a cool and simple Yoru tricky. On Abyss, if your teammate smoked middle, try to sneak up onto platform, stand in the middle of this wood, and quickly use your gate crash over this ledge. It definitely doesn't have to be perfect. It's one of those gate crashes you quickly use. Let's follow it, shall we? And while we follow this gate crash, you have the time to follow this channel. I make that joke way too many times. But anyway, the gate crash will land all the way in the defender spawn. So here's what you can do. When you push up mid, quickly use the gate crash and then go into vent room. By doing this, you make a lot of sound, so enemies might rotate or stay too long on site. And when the gate crash is about to disappear, teleport quickly to the spawn. And when you do this, the enemies will be very disoriented. And that's why this tricky might work in your game. Good luck. Now a neon tricky on Icebox. It's very simple. Go to nest and jump on screens. Now did you know that when the barriers are going down, you can jump from screens all the way to Tetris? I played this game for so long, but I had no idea that this was possible. Use this one to quickly surprise the enemies and easy kills for you. Now my friends, I got sad news for everyone. This is the end of this episode. Big shout out to everyone for submitting their tricks. Keep in mind, if you want to have a chance to win a battle pass, submit your tricks in the Lowlander Discord server. Without you guys, these episodes aren't possible, so thank everybody for the submissions, and I see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.